There are two options as far as bankruptcy. There's a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13, which is going to be dependent on your income as well as the amount of debt that you have. For Chapter 7, you have to be able to pass a means test in Florida, which is essentially just a determination of how much debt that you have in relative to your income. You can keep certain amounts of property, such as a vehicle. You have $1,000 toward any personal property, and then you may or may not be eligible for a wild card exemption in the amount of $3,000 if you do not have real property that you want to protect or homestead protection. Chapter 13 would be for more individuals with higher income or individuals that want to keep assets. With the Chapter 13, essentially, you'll get to keep, in most cases, all of your property, and then you'll have a payment plan to the trustee. It's generally 3 to 5 years, dependent on your income, and you will be paying a percentage of the debt back over that plan. Essentially, all debts can be discharged in bankruptcy minus domestic obligations. Anything that would be considered fraud would not be subject to discharge. So if you had a lawsuit, for instance, and there was some fraud involved, that could be something that if there was an adversarial proceeding filed, it would survive a bankruptcy potentially. Any fines associated with a drunk driving incident, penalties associated with that are typically not included. And as far as taxes are concerned, generally speaking, you can have interest and penalties discharged in some cases, but the entire obligation will not be able to be discharged. If you have child support present or in arrears, nothing can be discharged with respect to any domestic obligations or alimony. And then as far as student loans, those are not subject to discharge either. There's a small exception to that that's hardly ever available to people. I think it's maybe like a 1% chance that somebody would get that, and they essentially have to be handicapped or disabled such that they could never work again. Taxes are not subject to discharge, except in a limited circumstance. We can sometimes seek that the interest or penalties be discharged. It's really all going to depend on what the IRS proof of claim amount is and what they indicate on their proof of claim should be in the bankruptcy, what their claim amount is. But typically, again, similar to the domestic obligations, I don't make a client have any expectation that any amount will be relieved as far as that goes. Our firm is, I think, a little bit different than most in the sense that we are extremely attentive to our clients. It's a small office. It's myself. I have an associate attorney, and I have a very skilled bankruptcy paralegal. So between the three of us, we are always available to our clients. They can text us, email, messages on the weekends. I try to always get back to people within 24 hours, sometimes even sooner, depending on the issue. In addition, we have a really good system that's very friendly to the clients, in which they can use their computer or any other device that they have and fill out the questionnaire online, which automatically imports into our system. So it really streamlines the process. And we've also tweaked that system a little bit so that the questions are very easy to understand. So it's not like you're having to struggle through legalese. It's really layman's terms as far as answering the questions. We rarely have clients even calling us anymore with questions with respect to that. And then once everything's complete on that end, we have you come into the office, make sure everything's fine. Even with this signing of the petition that does need to be done in ink, we have to have an original of that. Sometimes people will just mail it in to us to avoid coming into the office, and we can really accommodate the client as far as what they want to do. It really doesn't matter to us at all. We're set up to do whatever is in their best interest or what's more convenient for them. If you are struggling financially and you have mounds of debt and you're not really sure where to go next, please give us a call at 407-476-3437, or you can go to our website, which is fiercelaw.com, www.fiercelaw.com, And you can even send us an inquiry right from the site itself. We can call you, email you, whatever your preference, and go over your options. That will be free of charge. You can come into the office if you'd like and sit down with us. Typically, we'll have a credit report that we pull. If people are not sure if they want to go forward, we can do that for you. And I really think that you would have a good experience with our firm. Most of our clients have thanked us infinitely afterward. You can look at the testimonials on the website and kind of get a feel for how our firm is. But we're very customer service oriented and easy to talk to, and that's probably the number one feedback that I get from most of our clients is that we really had compassion and empathy for their situation and that they felt very comfortable with us. So I think that was maybe one of the main reasons that they hired us and potentially sent us many other referrals. So I think that would be a good experience for you. And bankruptcy, it's not the most joyous situation, but we try to make it not so bad.